Hello, my name is Clara. It's Not Just Cramps, and today I would like to talk about the correlation and relationship between work and endometriosis. In this case, I'm going to talk about my personal experience on how endometriosis has affected me and what changed I had to make, and what changes I had to deal with before being diagnosed, while I was getting diagnosed, and now that I've been diagnosed. So at the moment, I think I am in a better position because I know what's wrong with me. I kind of know when and how a flare-up works. So I'm a little bit more informed, therefore I'm more responsible at work. I know what jobs my body cannot take because then I'll be out of energy for a couple of days. I know how to interact with the people that I work with. Things that before, until you don't have it in writing, is a lot of work to try make the whole thing make sense, basically. So I start from where I am now at the moment. So I had a sick note written for me a couple of weeks ago. I'm gonna go back on work on Friday. That is nearly 20 days off work. I think I got 3 days left before I have to go back, and at this point I'm not even sure if it's mental or physical. Like, you get to a point where the line is so faded between the two, because obviously you don't want to do too much, because if you do too much you do get a flare-up, but then you end up doing nothing all the time, so what's the point? So for me it was migraines. I was starting to get loads of migraines, loads of headaches, fatigue, like I will struggle to get up of a chair. I would struggle to go for a walk. So I called in my GP. I've been booked in to do some blood tests, and obviously my GP doesn't believe that it's all caused by endometriosis. He wants me to get an MRI for my brain. But nevertheless, I reached out to a bunch of girls from different support groups, and I'm trying to like put it all together to make myself feel good. At the moment, I've started taking, in the morning, I take vitamin B12, vitamin C, omega-3, turmeric, and I forgot one. And then in the afternoon I'll have iron supplements, and then at night before bed I'll get magnesium and my progesterone only pill. So at the moment me and my doctors are having a back and forth over changing the medication, because I do not want to take the injections, and I do not want to have the coil. As simple as that. The place is messed up. I don't want to have anything implanted in me. Simply, I don't want to. Like, I'm sorry, but no. If I go on the pill, it will stop me. Sorry, if I get the injection, I won't be able to get pregnant for at least a couple of years. And I'm hoping that as soon as I get my surgery, I'll get a small window where I can manage to get pregnant. So I don't want to get the injections, and I don't want to get the coil. But I'm trying to live in the progesterone only pill. That, as I've always said, it's been an amazing pill since the very start, but recently have been I started to feel very tired and exhausted, like really exhausted of, it sounds a bit dramatic, but like of living, of getting up, having to cook and having to shower and doing things. And then if you do a laundry extra, the day after you feel like crap and you get cramps because you've worked too much. It's not working anymore. So I needed a bit of a break. My manager at work at this moment, he's been really good with me. But today, for the first time in many months, I had a shower yesterday and I did my hair. Kind of feel cute. Today I went out with my husband. We had a cup of coffee. I had a chamomile. Then we went out for a bit of a meal. Then we went to Tesco and we got home. And I know it sounds very cheesy, but it's been one of the best days that I had in a very long time. And I think, I don't know, maybe my body just needed a bunch of vitamin thrown at it, but I'm doing the whole package now. The diet, the endometriosis diet, the multivitamins, trying to move, even if it's little. I'll try to go for like a 5-10 minutes walk, nearly on a daily basis. I don't want to lie. I'm trying. So those things have helped a lot, especially this last recovery, because I feel like I really struggled with the whole situation. But I'm gonna be going back to work on Friday, and I hope I'll have my energies back, and I'll hope this is a new, more stable version of me. It was all about little tweaks. I take the pill at night time because apparently it's better to take it at night time, and I take it with magnesium, and then in the morning I got my whole charade of vitamins, and then in the afternoon a bit of iron, and I've been feeling good. Like, got a bit of a headache now, but I feel like I could plan to go to the gym and do a class. That level of good. But yeah, work related, my experience has been really crap. I'm not gonna lie. To get a diagnosis takes so long, so many years, so many appointments, so many visits, and the closer you get to be diagnosed with endometriosis, the more they stress you out with like, yeah, you might have ovarian cancer and all that kind of crap. And it just does not put you in a good mental place. But in my case, obviously, as you know, the disease gets worse over time. So it started with very painful 1-2 days a month, and that was manageable. I either get myself loaded up in painkillers in advance. So as soon as I feel the first cramp, I'll be like, ibuprofen. And I'll power through, or try to power through, or simply just say, like, I'll work my calendar around when my period is supposed to start. And that worked great for years. And then we stopped the pill. It got worse, the symptom got worse. And now, I don't know, it's just a bit of a, when before it was always like part-time jobs that it was okay to skip a day or two, or to just say, okay, I'm not going to work this Tuesday and Wednesday, but I can do Thursday and Friday. And then you grow up and you get onto a full-time, you know, big grown-up woman job. And I found this job and I really loved it. I was kind of like disappointed from some points of view. I've never expected myself to work in that field, or chemistry lab field, but never for that company. But it was that kind of like safety. It's a big company, it's a big network. You know, I could actually put my roots here. You know, I could buy a house, I could put down a mortgage. But that was when my endo started acting up. I had my probation period that needed to be extended because I ended up in A&E. So I've missed 3 days of work. So yeah, let's extend your period for 3 months because we've not managed to evaluate you correctly. And then I had a big clash. Couldn't do it physically, mentally. Many hospital visits. I struggled breathing, struggled moving. There was a lot of things happening at the same time, and I used to get the train to work, and then I had a long walk to do, so that pushed me onto you need a car. So I got myself my first car, and then the situation just got out. Just stupid. I feel like I had a good job and I've kind of like lost it over, can you please make me start earlier and finish earlier, because I can't drive. I got my driving license in Italy, and I didn't know how to do roundabouts in the wrong way around, well, the right way in England. So I got told no, started to come in early anyway, just sit in the parking lot or go in and have my breakfast, and leaving a bit later. And apparently I offended my manager by doing so, and the situation got escalated and I got fired with effective immediate. For me, it was just a way that I was trying to cope with my pains and stuff, and they come up saying all kinds of things, you're all the time on your phone, you're speaking to I was talking to doctors, I've missed days to go to doctor appointments, you have the whole record. I've tried my best, but I mean, there's only so much that you can do, and I blamed myself and I felt guilty and I got a bit depressed. And I took the first job after that just came across. At that point, I was starting my progesterone pill. So I passed my 3-4 months pure bleeding. I was feeling a bit better. I did 1 month for an environmental company, and that was outside in the rain, in the waste. I mean, the people that do that job, your heart is big, you're strong. I can't. I'm just like, no. My body was swearing at me. I was getting to work crying. The people I worked with, they were all lovely people, but it wasn't the job for me. So I had a big mental breakdown and I just quit after 1 month. And after that, I had another job. Things were going kind of well. It was a bit of a weird one because it felt like they liked me, but at the same time they wanted me to be like a robot. Like, as long as I did all the tasks and the time they wanted, we're all good. But if something went wrong, it was my responsibility. And I don't know, and I was under agency and it was all weird. But anyway, I've told them that I need the surgery. I told them that I thought I had endometriosis. I've explained the whole thing. I told them that I wasn't sure if the surgery would take a week to recover from or 3 weeks. So that I would be booking 1 week holiday for now, and then however much time afterwards, we'll just agree on it. And nothing. Before your surgery, as you know, you have to stop taking your contraceptive. I think the reason for that is to make you kind of like have a flare-up so that the tissue is irritated so they can see it, all of it. While if you're taking any suppressant like the progesterone pill, the combined pill, the injections, I feel like if you're in any of those, they can't see as much because it's not red and bright and purple straight on their face. They can see the worst part, the adhesions, the cysts, but not all of the endo cells places. Anyway, I stopped taking my pill and it started getting worse and worse on a daily basis. Within a week of stopping the progesterone pill, I was miserable. Back pain. I was getting myself stoned up in tramadol, naproxen, codeine. It was horrendous. I will have to time it so then I can drive. So I'll get to work feeling disgusting and then I'll take my load up in painkillers that then will fade off by the time I'll have to drive back home. And then if I feel still dizzy or high, I'll just nap in my car. So I've managed to get my appointment. I've managed to get my surgery. And finally, a couple of weeks afterwards, I woke up from surgery. I was in recovery. I was home. I was happy. I woke up at the hospital. 3 days later, I was fine, walking around, driving. They did nothing. Nobody told me that, but I eventually found out they've done nothing. They just put me under, looked in, went, ooh, too bad, we can't touch you, and closed me back up. So my recovery was very speedy recovery. But after that, while I was on recovery, I got given 2 weeks of recovery time from the hospital to give to work, and they got upset because I told them 1 week and now I'm asking for 2 weeks and this is unacceptable. After 3 days, I contacted, I was like, listen, I'm fine. This is not even close to a period pain, so I can come back. And they were like, no, don't bother, you're fired. I'm like, okay. All right, thank you. And yeah, mentally you feel it, like the amount of jobs that you kind of lose just because you can't be all the time 100%. There is certain jobs that you just cannot be doing with 100% of you in it. Like if you're doing that job, that means that your manager, your partner, somebody else is helping you out. Or what I do is, if I'm feeling okay, I'll do as much as I can, more than I'm asked for. And then when I'm not feeling okay, I can slow down because, you know, my load is not as bad. But it just depends from job to job. Now, I feel like it's complicated. It's up to you how much you want to open up when you get a job, because I felt very awkward when I did my interview. I was thinking, shall I mention it? Shall I say that I have endometriosis, or shall I just ignore it? So I think I've said, yes, I have a little ovarian cyst that needs to be removed. But they couldn't remove it without a bowel surgeon, so I'm waiting for another surgery to be booked in, and they found endometriosis. And I've just left it very blind. No details. I didn't lie. Eventually, I told my manager that I have stage 4 endometriosis, that my cyst is growing into my bowel, the fallopian tube, pointing in the wrong area. So he's a bit more, I feel he understands what I need. So yeah, sometimes if my pain reaches 7, but I still want to go to work because I don't get paid anymore for sick days. I get covered, I think, for 5 days a year, and then the rest you just don't get paid for it. So now I've been home for like nearly a month, so I'm gonna get half my salary, probably. But it doesn't matter, as long as I can finally do stuff. I went for a walk and I felt proud of myself for going to Tesco, and I put makeup on. I've not had makeup on my face since basically the wedding. Oh no, I've tried to put a bit of makeup the other day when I spoke to you guys, and I didn't want to look dead inside. But yeah, when it's about work, I feel like it's just up to you, because a company cannot fire you because you're ill. But then, do you want to work for a company that's going to make you doubt yourself all the time, and there's going to be like a political war all the time? Because if they want to fire you, they will find an excuse to let you go, no matter how good or binding your contract is. If they get fed up of you and your manager doesn't like you, they will say whatever and they'll just let you go. So I'm believing in, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. I failed in many places. I failed in many schools, and somehow here I am living in the UK doing my master in analytical chemistry with Manchester University, married, me. So in Italian we say, se si chiude una porta si apre un portone, quindi if a door closes, an even bigger one will open. So I think if you're going for interview, mention that you have endo, that you have cysts or whatever, and trying to see what the kind of atmosphere is there. If it's not flexible atmosphere, just run. Don't even try it. If it's a place where you see people that are human and treat other people like humans, then you can talk to your manager and find some kind of agreement, like parking your car closer to the entrance, or not having to walk between company sites, trying to stay like in your local area or your desk, working from home. All that kind of things can help improve. I take my hot water bottle to work. I cannot take strong painkillers anymore because I'm like an hour away, so it's 2 hours drive, and I'm not gonna risk it crashing. But I got my Myovi machine. It's a tense machine. I got my hot water bottle. I got a blanket in the car. And it's just a matter of telling the people you work with what the situation is and how it's making you feel, and go from there. But yeah, I wouldn't throw the bomb during the interview, like not completely at least. So yeah, so in short, before I was diagnosed, I was just finding excuses. While I was getting diagnosed, I was just being dramatic, and now people actually are listening to me. I'll let you know if I get fired from this job eventually, but as for now, it's all good, and I'm gonna be back on work on Friday. And this video took a lot of effort to make because I'm feeling tired now. So yeah, thank you very much, and I hope that I've been helpful in any way, or if I didn't, well, I kept you company for a bit. Okay. Thank you very much. If you like, you can subscribe, like it, or you can just skip ahead.